It's being called the best superhero movie of all time. It promises to reinvent the wheel for the DCU. It's been delayed multiple times. The Flash is finally here. I don't think I have to explain anything about this movie. We've all heard about it one way or another, either through critics, trailers, or other forms. The Flash has been on many people's most anticipated movies list for years, and after an eternity, we can finally see what all the hype has been about. Is it truly the best superhero movie ever? Is it what DC needed? Are there any bad nipples in it? Without further ado, let's find out. First, let's get something out of the way. This is not the best superhero movie of all time. I think a lot of the hype surrounding this movie came from the hundreds of early screenings they had for the film. Almost everyone that saw the movie early praised it as a cinematic masterpiece, and there's a reason for it. Everyone that praised the movie saw it before Across the Spider-Verse, saying this is the best superhero / comic book movie when that just came out a couple weeks ago is not helpful. I was a bit let down by The Flash. I think it's good, but not great. Let's start out with some of the positives the film has, the major one being, it's a Flash movie. The marketing didn't focus a lot on Flash and instead hyped up Michael Keaton's return and Supergirl's appearance, yet the roles are not as big as I thought they'd be. I was surprised at how small of a role they had. They are the definition of a supporting role. I'm not saying I think they were misused, I'm just shocked at how different the roles are from the marketing. There's an obvious reason why they put more focus on them in the trailers. We all know that, but I like how this is Barry's story. It focuses on him and his relationship with his mom. All Barry wants is for his mom to come back, but he has to learn to let go in order for the world to prosper semi-peacefully. The exact opposite of Across the Spider-Verse. I'm probably going to compare these two movies a lot in this video. The story is a good and different take on the Flashpoint paradox. Flashpoint is one of, if not the most important Flash story out there. Adapting it in a way that somehow connects with the rest of the DCEU is a tough challenge I thought was well executed. The whole traveling to the past thing serves as an excuse to give us the origin story of the Flash. Unlike Batman or Superman, Flash's origins are not that known, so it's a good thing they told us how he got his powers. That way we know more about him. A film story is carried with the actors' performances, and this movie has amazing performances. Ezra Miller as Barry does a fantastic job. Even the people that don't like them in the slightest have to admit they did a good job portraying both present Flash and past Barry. Past Barry does come off as annoying, holy shit. But that's the whole point of its existence. It helps us see how Barry has truly grown over the years. Another outstanding performance is obviously Michael Keaton as Batman. Thanks to modern technology, we can now see the absolute badass he was meant to be in the Tim Burton films. A lot of epic scenes involve his portrayal of Batman. I wouldn't say he necessarily carries the film, since his role is significantly smaller than previously thought, but it just brings me a lot of joy seeing him return to portray this older, funnier version of Bruce Wayne. And when I say funny, I mean hilarious. I did not expect this movie's humor to be as good as it was. I definitely burst out laughing more than once. It has a good balance between being funny but not over-exaggerating like the Justice League. Flash and Batman are the more comedic characters, while the more serious standout is Supergirl. What can I say about Sasha Calle's Supergirl? I mean, yeah. Unrelated to how divine she is, Sasha Calle does a really good job as Supergirl. Again, she does have a lot less screen time than I thought, but the short amount she's on screen more than leaves an impact. There's like a 2-minute one shot that shows how much of a kick-ass superheroine she is. The rest of the supporting cast is okay at best. Zod is technically not the main villain of the movie, but he is the one with the most screen time, which is like 2 minutes if I'm being honest. I think there are some positive things to say about the movie, but there are way more negatives. However, it would be near impossible to talk about them without spoilers, so if you don't want to see spoilers, jump to the time appearing on screen, leave now, and come after seeing the movie. Wait, not like that. Leave now and then come back to this video after seeing the movie. If you already saw it or just don't care, let's talk about the third act, because what the hell was that? I'm not saying all of the final act is bad, but it's not that shocking. Both Barrys going back in time trying to save Batman and Supergirl is a neat idea, but it is quickly forgotten to give us cameos. I do like that the cameos in this movie are quick, but they weren't necessary. I can understand Nicolas Cage, but CGI and Christopher Reeves? Really? A lot of the cameos seem straight ripped out of a freaking PS2 game. The director did say this was intentional, and there are sequences where some of it does look unpolished on purpose, especially in the Chronoball scenes, because there's no way it could have been approved otherwise. Right? Again, I'm not mad with the cameos, but there was clearly more than enough room for Grant Gustin to make an appearance. Also, the reveal of Dark Flash was stupid as fuck. He is supposed to be the main villain of the film, the one that caused everything we've seen so far, yet he was introduced and killed in less than 2 minutes. The Twilight CGI looking babies had more screen time than him. George Clooney probably had more lines than him. Funny cameo, by the way, very confusing, but hilarious. They should have just reset the whole universe at the end of the movie. They didn't even tell us who killed Barry's mom. A lot of us know the answer, yes, but a hint would have been nice. Overall, I think The Flash is a good enough movie to see in a theater just because it was filmed for IMAX. The first 15 minutes are the best part of the movie. The CGI looks like a PS3 game, but both Michael Keaton as Batman and Sasha Calle as Supergirl make the movie way better. Ezra Miller gives us a good performance, but again, I don't understand where all the hype came from. This is not the best superhero movie of all time, and the cameos, in my opinion, were not all that hype worthy. Nonetheless, it's an entertaining film. I suggest you give it a chance, and if you don't end up liking it, understandable. I'm going to give The Flash a 6.8 out of 10. Again, this is just my opinion. If you think otherwise, make sure to leave it in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video. I was hyper during this whole recording. What the hell?